In this chapter, we are going to cover connect data sources. So far, we have designed a dashboard against dataset. Now, some users already know that sometimes you're going to face cases where you have more than a dataset on the dashboard. Obviously, we are going to try very hard not to have more than a dataset, and we have multiple ways to do that, but it's okay to have multiple datasets. If you remember from the dataset builder chapter where we talked about looking at a bunch of objects and determining immediately how many datasets I need, but also more importantly, pulling the common lookup fields. So when we start with opportunity and bring account and user, so when we go to accounts and create that dataset, we also have the account fields common with the opportunity and so on for the product. So let's take a look at the dashboard we have created so far. Let's say we have looked at this dashboard and we pushed it to production, users like it, and they come back with one requirement. And they say, we would like to see on this dashboard something about product family. Now, we can make the argument to say this is about opportunities. Do we go back and modify the data set, or do we just add the component here? The first choice is to add the component if there's another data set. Remember, if you had opportunities and product, you probably have both data sets, one about opportunities and one about products. So we are going to edit this, scroll down and add the component here. So you can drag a chart and actually I just realized we haven't added the combo chart. So keep this here, for example. And click on the chart, and this is going to be about product family. Now notice it did not allow me at this stage to change the data set, because remember this data set does not have product family. So we can click back, and you should all have in these dev environments a data set that's called products opportunities. As long as you run the data flow, this would be auto created because this data flow already had some instructions. So select products opportunities and call this product family. Just add another metric for simplicity and group by product family. So this is the chart. It's about product family. I can hit done. Notice now that I have two data sets. Product family is right here. I am going to give the name as product family. I'm going to fill the space with one of the components from previous exercises, the combo chart, in a bit. Let's leave it now at this stage. The product family, the problem with the product family here is it gives me the information. Let me move it up just a second to show you how it works. However, if I click on industry, for example, it updates all the other charts, but this chart is not changing at all. Again, if I click on retail, updates everything, but not this chart again. The reason is these are different data sets. So you can see these are different data sets. This step is coming from here, the other steps are from this data set. So yes, it was easily added to the dashboard, but how do we make these dynamically connect to each other? One way in the UI, back in edit mode, is to say connect data sources. So let's say I want industry to update. Of course, it's updating everything else because they are from the same data set, but I also wanted to update product family. So I hit on connect data sources, create new connection, connect on industry. This is just as a name. Choose the first data set, does not matter which one you start with, industry. Second data set, products opportunities. Again, look for industry. And now I have the first industry in the first data set connected to the industry in the second data set. If I had more than two data sets, I can keep adding the data sources. I hit save. I just created the first connection. I will close and test. Go to preview. Notice as I click on energy, now this updates. And I kept this in white to emphasize that it is a different data set, different source. If I click on retail, again, these numbers update. So far, so good. But what happens if I click on an opportunity? Again, these are not updating now for opportunity. So again, I have to go back to connect data sources. And if I choose to connect on opportunity or want, then I have to create new connection. Connect on op name. Choose data source, first data set, name. Second data set, name. So opportunity name to opportunity name, save. Second connection, and hit close. And now if I click on this opportunity, notice how the numbers update, and so on. So this is why it's important to create the lookup fields, the data sets with the common lookup fields. So my opportunity has a bunch of fields coming from accounts, and I automatically added those to the product data set too. So when I use connect data sources, I am able to connect those two. Obviously, this follows an assumption, a basic assumption about this dashboard. I'm going to zoom out for a bit. This dashboard is mainly about opportunities, and the users asked for a little information about product family. So if I am navigating this dashboard top to bottom, meaning everything is driven from opportunity, the amount, the state, the industry, if I had other filters, etc., even close date if it was here, it will go down and filter the product family. So for example, even if I add close date, let's add a close date widget. Again, it doesn't fit, so I'm just going to put it somewhere to make it smaller. Drag it back. Close date, date widgets are particular because you just hit them on the middle, and I don't want the products opportunities. I want to select the main data set driving everything. Opportunity owner account, it's close date only. Create, and you get this widget, nice widget like this, and you can rename it as close date. Now that I've added close date, I can actually go and select a value. Notice that this is 353 here. So even if I select, for example, current quarter, update, this is still 353. It did not update. So again, even for dates, I can go connect data sources, new connection, connect on close date, first data set, close date, second data set, and close date, and hit save. Close. Now if I preview and I select current quarter or current year, if I scroll down, notice this updated to 51 instead of the 300 something. So this is great. Like I said, this assumes that the dashboard is, I'm going to refresh this, assume that the dashboard is following the opportunity path. I'm looking at opportunities, I'm selecting opportunity fields, they all update connect to product family. Where this a little bit falls short is if the users ask for, I want to select product family and update everything else on this dashboard. Here's where I'm going to present an argument. And this argument goes as follows. This dashboard is about opportunities. So if you want to explore something about products, one approach would be to edit this dashboard, insert a link. So add a link, grab it, it's going to be red, just hit the shift button, and simply say, go to products dashboard. So what this means is, as I'm navigating this dashboard, I'm looking at my opportunities, what relates to them, and I selected energy, and these are the accessories, or I selected a certain opportunity. But now I want more about laptops, or I want to know more details, I will go to the products dashboard and explore. Why? Because remember, connect data sources assumes that both fields, the fields are in both data sets. Product family does not exist in opportunity. It's a lower grain. Product is a lower product family. So you will not be able in the UI to click on accessories and update the rest of the charts. That does not mean technically it's not possible. It's actually doable using advanced features, for example, the binding. And we're going to cover that in the advanced chapters. But from a UI perspective and from a simple design approach, and depending on the skill set that you're either leaving the project with the users, or if you yourself is a Salesforce admin or business analyst, I would encourage the approach of the links dashboard and what are these dashboards about. Because like I said, this dashboard is about opportunities. Everything drives to about opportunities. Even I have information from a lower data set, lower grain product. It drives, click on state, it updates, click about opportunity, gets you the product. But if your query, if your question is about this product, what about it? Then it's better to go to the products dashboard, which is based on the products opportunities data set, for example. And it has all these. It can have the industry, because it's already in that data set, it has the states, has the names, etc. So that is absolutely one approach you should explore versus trying to go the advanced route and connect the product family to the rest of these widgets.